Fox here. Today we got quarterback tier ranking list. It's one of the biggest questions I get frequently on stream, so we're going to do it. Become a member for ebooks. We'll get the spread out here soon. We're going to go through and rank them all, okay? And quarterback play comes down to a couple things. Obviously, accuracy, but like most quarterbacks are accurate enough now. It's not like the early game where you're running Josh Allen. He's missing like half of the deep throws. So accuracy is kind of minimized right now based off the cards and the quality we have. We then obviously have speed and abilities. And like those are like really big thing. Throw power is in there too. Everything's in there through a few points each on throw power, and I haven't noticed a big difference there. So let's go ahead and go through and give our thoughts. So Jayden Daniels is the first one on the list. This card, in my opinion, is an A. I believe there's only one card on this list that's an S tier, and we'll get to it and we'll talk about why. So A is about as high as most cards are going to get ranked. Why is Jayden Daniels an A tier quarterback? High-end speed, throw power, like we talked about accuracies. I also like his throw motion too. So you could argue like this is like, you know, up there with the best card in the game right now. He also has unstoppable abilities, but for those that know, they know they're getting nerfed soon. So you can get unstoppable gunslinger, back here quarterback. I hate X Factor abilities most of the time because like this one requires you to get 5+ yards in the air 5 times in an online game. I just think it's bad. Right? It's bad because if you have to throw a check down, you can't throw a check down. If they're playing cloud flats and you need to get your thing done, that's 5 plays in a row. You can't throw that. So I actually think that's not that great. So his abilities, pretty mid. The card itself, though, really great out there because of the speed and everything else. Herbert, if you want to make the argument that Herbert's slightly better than Jayden Daniels because of set feet lead and the activation's only 3-5 yards. Actually, Daniels might only be 3-2, but we know these things are but I believe this Herbert card, if memory serves correct, does get the ability to, where'd it go? I mean, am I wrong? Who am I thinking of? I might be thinking of something else, but he has set feet lead, X3, you gotta get 3 yards. Yeah, that's why I was not wrong. I think set feet lead got nerfed a little bit this year based on my use of Herbert. Go check out all the gameplays I do on GutFox 2 and all the shorts and everything, of course. Make sure and sub there. We get a video out just about daily. So Herbert, again, same problem with the ability. It just takes too much effort and mindfulness to throw 3 passes past 5 yards. So A tier. Next up is the recently released Johnny Manziel card. He's 91 or 92 if you're nasty. Manziel, again, is another card that does allow you to get some X factors. I've got a lot of questions. Who's better, him or Daniels? The answer is like, go with whatever one you like better. Like Johnny Manziel's 91's cheaper, his 92's cheaper than Daniels based off current market prices. But overall, like, it's kind of like a bird in the hand, 6 in the bush. Some stuff, it's like very similar. +1, -1 attributes. The Manziel card itself, you're not going to like play worse based off your reads with Manziel here as you would versus Jayden Daniels. So, I don't know. Do what you want. Like, they're basically equal to me. If you gave me a choice, non-price, I'd take Daniels. I really would. Although, Manziel's nice. Cunningham, he's S tier. The reason he's S tier is he gets the most powerful ability in the game, Hot Route Master. Well, powerful unlocked right now. Hot Route Master, which allows you to throw like, you know, halfback angle routes, wheel routes, zig routes. So many routes that you can't right now that are unlocked only with that. And once more cards get that, you're going to see a lot more people out there like just going crazy, you know, tight end wheels. Like there's some pretty cool hot routes out there. So the fact that he's the only one that gets it immediately puts him in S tier, and then obviously all of his attributes are competitive with the rest of them. Even though he's out, he's been out for a while, he's still the top tier quarterback. Drew Bledsoe. Let's go ahead and take a look at Drew Bledsoe's card. 74 speed. Now, generally, if you're a really slow quarterback, you are going to need an insanely good ability to equalize guys that are plus, 17, 18 speed on you. The answer is he doesn't have that. He does not get anything. Drew Bledsoe is a C, almost B tier. I would say D tier. For the price that you're going to get, the performance that you're getting out of him, slow quarterbacks right now just are bad. EA kind of forgot that the only reason they can make slow quarterbacks is the ability system. And so if they're not going to give us abilities because they don't know ball, then we just can't use him as a baller. Now, I'm not going to say Drew Bledsoe is going to like oversell everything. It's not going to be like a disaster out there. You can get him and run your pocket if you're a big Drew Bledsoe fan, which I don't know. There could be some out there. You've probably got to be close to collecting ARP right now, but go ahead and grab it. Maybe he's got a couple kids that play MUT. You're fine. Roll with him. The problem is you need the move in football. Russell Wilson. I hate Russell Wilson just due to how long it takes him to audible. It feels broken. So even though Russell Wilson on the front part, like 85 speed, obviously slower than the other ones, he looks okay. He might even be C because just how bad it is. Like some guys have absolute nightmare hot route motions. Patrick Mahomes is the same way. So let's throw Mahomes in that tier 2. Who's the other one? Who's the other one with really bad hot routes? Lamar's. I think Lamar's hot routes take a while too. But Lamar is fast. So we'll move him up a tier. Dak is up next. Oh, Dak's got problems with hot routing too, if I recall correctly. Dak was good though. I enjoyed using Dak. Dak is close to A tier for me. Like, we'll look at Dak's thing, and like, whenever I was using Dak's, I was like, all right. 83 speed, 92 throw power. He's an unstoppable. Goff and Hurts have it too, is what Chad is saying. Hurts has a bad one. You might be right about Hurts. Hurts has that special. Oh, that's right. I didn't like Hurts either because of that hot routing. I don't think Dak was as bad as Hurts. So we're gonna put Dak in B tier, Hurts in C tier. Again, Hurts is another one. Like, decent speed at 84, throw power, etc. But it's like the things around the card that's very annoying to utilize. So Hurts, you are also going into C tier. Daniel Jones, I don't know. It's Daniel Jones. Do you actually want to use Daniel Jones? Like, the guy that just got benched for Tommy DeVito? Like, he even took Drew Lock down with him because Drew Lock's got some incentives coming to him. So Daniel Jones, I think, is a fine quarterback if you're like, I don't know, related to Daniel Jones. But otherwise, don't do that to yourself. Next up, Andrew Luck. This card is still amazing. This card is awesome. The captain is out here making plays like crazy. 88 speed. He's tall, got a good motion. Don't hate his hot route. This card is the card I recommend. If 450K, I mean, what other card? We'll take a look at the end. Maybe Johnny Manziel is less expensive than Luck. I think for that reason alone, because Luck's a limited. But the thing about Luck is, like, Luck will never go below 350 or even 400 with tax. But like, the most you'll ever need to spend on Luck is 100K because you can always quick sell him for 350K. So technically, the downside of Johnny Manziel's 91, the non-limited, is higher. But yeah, I mean, since we're going into such like a crazy time in MUT, having yourself like a card that you buy near quick sale value, like you call them limited rentals, is a great way of future-proofing your team so you don't have a downside when the entire market slides when overalls go up. Tom Brady, he's just slow. I did not enjoy this Tom Brady card whatsoever. I think I was raging with him. Tom Brady, another one of these slow quarterbacks that require great abilities to make them balanced. Brock Purdy, I was okay with. I actually enjoyed Brock Purdy. Crazy that, you know, same promo, whatever. But Brock Purdy, I felt slaying the ball better for me. Taking a look at Purdy's movement skills right here. 80 speed, so he is much slower than a lot of those like mid-80s cards. Maybe for that reason, I didn't remember that, but like, he doesn't have the audible issue, but he is slower. I don't think he's as good as Dak, so I gotta go lower for him. I gotta put Brock in the C tier. Joe Burrow, man. 79 speed. Joe Burrow was my quarterback for a while, if I recall correctly, so I do want to put him in B tier because I had no problems with this card. I think B tier is a fine spot, so I would obviously go Lamar and Dak ahead of Burrow. But what's Burrow's price? 250K. I would try and save up a little bit more for those better quarterbacks I talked about. Like, seeing as Johnny Manziel is only 100K more than him. But I think as a Cincinnati fan, you won't go wrong. Jameis Winston. I don't know. There's something to the aura of Winston, of that huck it, chuck it, throw an interception is no big deal, that I love about him. But if we're being truthful with ourselves, and you notice I'm not talking about any abilities because none of these cards really get any abilities that I truly like. If we're being truthful with ourselves, he's probably closer to these guys than anything above him. So we'll go ahead and throw him in the D tier. Anthony Richardson, awesome card. I think Anthony Richardson is B tier for me. Speed, power. What else could you want? Anthony Richardson, awesome. Drew Brees, terrible. Quick sell value level quarterback. Jordan Love, C tier for that card. Love as like, you know, the Rodgers release, but the Rodgers release is not the Rodgers release of previous Maddens or the Favre release. It's not as quick. It's more normalized, so we're going to throw it in C tier. So that's kind of my tier ranking for cards at the quarterback position right now. Let me know what you think. Let me know where I screwed up. That's it. Thanks for watching Call to Action. Again, become a member.